We want to see everybody. And that was the Lions Den Cipher that we opened up this jam with. We opened up this debate session with. And you all definitely heard the flyer girl, Sister Karima, my goodness, on the beat. And Brother Cipher and Brother Neo Love, all family members of Lions Den Debate League. My goodness, brothers and sisters. And if y'all want to hear more of that jam, be sure to subscribe right here at the Lions Den Debate League YouTube, the Lions Den Debate League YouTube. And let's hear from the flyer girl herself, Sister Karima. Go right ahead, dear sister. Meet your mic.
How you doing? I'm Sister Karima. I'll be your timekeeper for tonight. And you know what it is. I'm here for a good one.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. And ladies and gentlemen, the reigning debate champion of the Lions Den Debate League is Brother Aaron. Brother Aaron, unmute your mic, bro.
Yeah, shalom. What's going on now, BJ?
All right, everything's good, brother. Holler at the people, brother. Let us know how you doing, bro. How you holding up?
We living over here, man. You know, holding it down over here for the Lions. Then I'm out here to support the JJ. You know, see a good contest between him and the other brother. You know, it's always been a controversial topic amongst our people. But whenever numbers come out, you will realize that the majority of our people, by far, believe in a deity, a creator. So this is a subject that is important to us. So I'm interested in it. So going ahead and let the brothers have their shine, man. Shalom to the panel.
All right. Sister Karima, go ahead and show everybody's face one more time. Everybody on the platform. Good. All right. And then my dear brother, I'm sitting up here forgetting that boy name. Hey, your face is right here, so go ahead and you know what, Kyle? You know what? I was about to call you Kareem, and I got stuck on the K. And I sure didn't want to call you Karima. Man, forgive me, brother. You know I love you, man. Kyle is in the building, y'all. My goodness. Brother, go right ahead and introduce yourself to the people who don't know you. Well, we know a whole lot of people do, but go right ahead for those who don't, brother, and introduce yourself to the people. All right. Indeed. For sure. And brothers and sisters, the CEO and the people's champ, JJ 7000, Jeremiah Judah, my goodness, brother, in this debate, theism versus atheism. What is best for our people? Theism versus atheism. Which is best for black people, brothers and sisters? And right. JJ 7000 is representing theism, brother. Talk your talk, brother, and walk that walk, bro.
Yeah. Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat. Calm Yahshua. Welcome to the Lions Den. You know how we do, man. We finna get it in, man. We got these atheists running around, running a pork chop lip with gravy hanging off of it. So I gotta sop it up with the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm coming to do. I'm coming to represent a theist. I'm an open theist. I'm gonna come and let you know who I am. Unlike my competitor, all through the preliminary, he ain't told nobody what he really represents. Are you one of the four horsemen type of atheists? What type of atheists are you? You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter because, you know, like The Rock said, it don't even matter. Shut your mouth because the whole thing is nonsense. You understand me? I'm here to prove that there is an intelligent designer. I'm here to prove that religion basically overrides theism, or believing in God overrides atheism. Nothing for nothing. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna bring out some science. I'm gonna be in the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna be bringing out some information that y'all probably ain't heard, you know, but that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, everybody, man, get your popcorn, man. 7,000 about to go to work like you always do. And if you want one of these 7,000 these Lions Den t-shirts, holla at D Weezy. Hey, that's the guy to make the shirts for me, man. This is polyester. You know, it's pretty comfortable, like a sports shirt. But other than that, let's get the Grammy Award-winning Hollywood Kole in the building, and we can get this match on. Shalom.
My name is Sebastian Kole. Before I get started, I need the link to the YouTube. The one that went straight to the Lions Den page is not working for my people, so I need that link. Because somebody put that in my my Facebook Messenger, that would be great.
Okay. Also, I looked at the title of this debate. Sister Kareem, you absolutely put.
Yeah, no, I changed it. It's it's right on 2 groups, but it's wrong on the other one. But I changed it.
Okay, cool.
And I apologize,
Yeah,
Sebastian. Are you finished with that with that request, brother?
I do.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let us people in. I
just need to get the link. So wherever the link.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to the your messenger. Okay.
Okay.
The YouTube channel that they can also watch you here on Facebook. On the Facebook.
Okay.
channel.
Did you post? You posted it on your Facebook, Jeremiah?
Yeah, you know what the flyer that's on Facebook, and I tagged you to it. It's got the link right there with the flyer.
Man. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me see. I just need to. I don't want people to miss out on what's going on, man.
I don't want them to miss his ass with me.
Is this it right here? Okay, let me see if I can. Okay.
And Brother Kole, I wanted you to know that I was giving your introduction before you broke in. I was doing your introduction before you broke in, but my mic was muted. So I guess it happened at the right time.
Okay. Man, I'm having a hard time. Give me just a second.
Let me send it to you real quick. Hold up.
Oh yeah, send it to me because I want to make sure that people can watch it, man.
All right. While he's doing that, is there anybody who wants? You can go ahead and mute your mic and then unmute your mic when you're ready, Sebastian. Is there anybody who wants to promote their platform in the upcoming debates? Kyle, what's going on over there at Garfield? You know what I'm saying? And when is Garfield going to give Pastor Bennett the Dagger Squad Debate Championship trophy, bro? When is Garfield going to break down and honor our dear brother Pastor Bennett like that, bro? When that's gonna happen?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if y'all know, but Pastor Bennett.
Kyle, I know you. Unmute your mic, Kyle. Don't get quiet now.
My bad. I was on mute. But yeah, but I was gonna say that we've been done that, man. Pastor Bennett is the Dagger Squad Christian champion, man. He's you know what I'm saying, he does his thing, man. He goes to platform to platform. He takes off heads and brings them back to us, and we just, you know what I'm saying, like he's a bounty hunter for us, bro. So
ain't no doubt about that. Now look here, he ain't just no Christian champion. He is the champion of Dagger Squad. So stop playing. I know y'all don't want to acknowledge that, brother, but at the same time, the same way I told Sarnetta, if you listening to this platform, you know I called you, Sarnetta, and I had a private conversation with you, bro, and I told you don't do that, brother, like you did me, bro. Pastor Bennett has banished and demolished everybody over there at HOK. Pastor Bennett deserves the HOK Debate Champion 2021. Nobody that I know other than me can stand up to Pastor Bennett. He is humble. A beast, brother.
And I'm just sitting.
I'm back.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm sitting right here. I just destroyed dude. I know you're a Christian.
Yeah, you know he debated Pastor Bennett. Goddamn.
Hold on. I didn't know you debated the pastor for real.
But that's neither here nor there. Let me get my answer.
Hold on, Cole. We finna go. Okay, make it quick, JJ. Just tell us that you did. I'm gonna have to listen to that because I missed it, and we got to introduce our boy.
I'm gonna add Sebastian to the list over there with Pastor Bennett. Let's let him get his introduction. Let's get
all right. Let me give him his invite. Brother Cole. Brother, thank you, brother. And I apologize for that interlude right there, brother, because you are the man of the hour. Brothers and sisters. This is our dear brother Sebastian Kole representing the side of atheism, dear brothers and sisters. Dear brother Kole, go right ahead, dear brother, and state your case, my brother.
My name is Sebastian Kole. I'm here to debate that atheism is better for our people. I'm looking forward to this. I finally got my man to come in here. He can't run from this because he's a runner. He's a track star. And I'm gonna get him. I got him on this one. This should be a good time. I'm ready to go whenever you're ready. Jay, you on the first round, right?
Unmute your mic, JJ. He's talking. Unmute your mic.
Yeah, I'm going first, and then I guess the second round. You want to alternate, or you want me to go first every time?
You can go first every time, bro.
No, we go. Okay, I go first.
All right. Well, no more delays, brothers and sisters. We about to get this on. So everybody can mute their mic, including me, after I finish this introduction. Brothers and sisters, this is the Theism versus Atheism debate. Brother JJ 7000 versus Sebastian Kole. And in the words of Marvin Gaye, brothers and sisters, let's get it on. JJ, unmute your mic, brother.
All right. All praises to the Most High. How about Shimmy? How about like a die, man? And this has been a good build up for a month, and I look forward to this debate. I'm just waiting for the timekeeper to, tell me when I can get it in. Kareem, we're gonna because he feels more comfortable.
Yeah, that's good because I can control the board while he's on the time.
It's all family over here. You know how we do. So, Kyle, it's a 15-minute deal, right?
Oh yeah.
Let me share my screen. Let me get my screen going before you start. Let me share my screen.
Get your screen up. Time your screen pops up. I will start the clock, and then you have your 15 minutes. Now I won't interrupt you. I will come in at the 2-minute mark. And then 30 seconds, and then I'll stop you, okay?
Okay. All right. Let's see. Get my screen up. Hold up. Can y'all see it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Man, you got a fan already? Look at Mungo. He tripping. All right, JJ, it's on you.
Hold on. Let me make it big for everybody. Hold on.
All right.
Saying JJ in the technical stages now, boy.
All right, brothers and sisters, we're going to have 3 15-minute rounds, up to 3 15-minute rounds. It could be less. And immediately after that, brothers and sisters, we will have a final 5-minute rebuttal from each of our debaters tonight. And then a 5-minute question round, I believe it is, or 5 questions. And then at the end, we will take questions and comments. So be sure that you guys chime in with get ready your question, your comments that you can pose directly to our debaters tonight, Brother JJ 7000 and Brother Sebastian Kole. All right, JJ, go right ahead, bro.
All right, man. All right, this debate right here is theism versus atheism. Which one is best for our people? Meaning our people, ones that look like you and I, but it also could be for ones who have, connected with us. I'm not going to leave nobody out, but mainly the concern is this is our community. But I know we have others that's not exactly like us. So it's atheism versus theism. And basically, the overwhelming majority of Americans believe in God. This conviction has existed since the beginning of recorded time, and it's shared by billions around the world. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and break Dr. Gene Hammer. I'm going to go ahead and bring him to the table, the guy, Gene. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to point out, like I said, that there is intelligent design. We are hardwired to believe in God. Being just religious and have some kind of morals is very important. It actually helps with brain activity. So I'm going to be that's the angle I'm going. So just ride with 7,000 for a minute. All right. Now, in the guide, Dr. Gene Harmer reveals that this indication towards religious faith is a good measure due to our genes and may even offer an evolutionary advantage by helping us get through difficulties, reducing stress, preventing disease, and extending life. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of, like I told you, man, they've done a lot of articles Newsweek has done an article. This is your brain on religion. We're gonna be focused on the frontal lobe and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we are hardwired into believing into the existence of God. You know, the genetic imperative, Dr. Dean Harmer, PhD, a behavioral geneticist, who has worked at the National Cancer Institute and the NHI, took the neurotheologian proposal that religious belief has a neural substrate, another step, and asks, is God in effect embedded in our genes? And if so, which genes? If there were the case, it would mean that people are not only wired to believe in God, but genetically programmed to do so as well. All right, let's keep it moving. All right. Okay. In 2004, Hammer published The God Gene: How Faith is Hardwired into Our Genes, which was showcased in a Time cover story on neurotheology. Harmer made it clear that he had approached his work with the tools of natural science. The first task for any scientist attempting to link genetics to spirituality is to show that spirituality can be defined and quantified. You know what I'm saying? And this is a little something I'm going to be bringing out right here: signature in the cell, DNA, and the evidence for intelligence design. Because I told you that's the angle that we're going. You know what I'm saying? We are, like I say, everything, nothing just happened by chance. We ain't going that route. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of complication in things. But how does one quantify spirituality? A quality that should be seen by the very nature to defy measurement. As part of a study of genetics and personality in cigarette smokers, sponsored by the NCI, Harmer has previously used the temperament and character inventory, which includes a self-transparent scale developed by C. Robert Collinger, MD, professor of psychiatry at Washington University Medical School in St. Louis. Harmer felt that Collinger's self-transparent scale made it possible to quantify people's capability to reach out beyond themselves, to see everything in the world as part of one great totality. And as you can see below, there's the references and sources right there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm bringing to the table. Let's keep it moving. Time goes by fast. Dr. Andrew Newberg is a neuroscientist who studies the relationship between brain function and various mental states. He's a pioneer in the neurological study of religious and spiritual experiences. Like I say, man, this is embedded in us. You see what I'm saying? Our ancestors always believed in a creator. And this guy want to try to come to the debate. Somebody, this atheism is best for us. But wait till I show you some of the stuff I got for him. But his research includes taking brain scans of people in prayer, meditation, rituals, and trance states in an attempt to better understand the nature of religious and spiritual practices and attitudes. He has written several books, including The Rabbi Brain, Mystics, Modern in Science and Jewish Thinking, and Neurotheology. How science can enlighten us about spirituality. All right, let's keep it moving, man. Let's go. All right, and I said something about transcendence, so I'm gonna give you a little definition about it. Transcendence is, at its core, about transcending or rising above the self and relating to what is greater than self. Sebastian, it is not big eyes and little U's. It's the most high is the big I. You the little U. In simpler terms, it is the realization that you are one small part of a greater whole. You one small part of the whole. Like the Egyptians and the Kemetic, the greater, the one, the all. You see what I'm saying? That which is greater than self can be a range of things, human beings in general, nature, the universe, divine power, etc. It doesn't matter what the greater thing is, only that there is something greater than self, and atheists don't believe that. Okay, now we're finna get into this DNA, bro. Design and DNA. Genetics is astonishing evidence of a designer who create marvelously complex, efficient information systems for encoding life. The complexity of DNA is problematic for molecules to man evolution. Let's 7,000 say that again. The complexity of DNA is problematic for molecules to man evolution, since the necessity changes are so implausible. The only reasonable explanation for all information in DNA is that a designer put the information in an original DNA sequence. I'm just gonna keep it 7,000 with you. Scientists have found proof in DNA of God in the DNA code. All right. Scientists have found proof of God in the code of DNA. But what did they find in the DNA code that made them believe in the existence of God? Yah. Say it, everybody. Yah. Evidence of Yah has been found. I'm gonna say God just to keep it simple. You know, for the ones who don't say it. You know, God, because everybody who believe in the Creator don't believe in Yah, but they believe in the Creator God. Whether you believe in Uladu Marie, whether you believe in Kwame Koto, whether you give a reverence to somebody, Naomi. Our people have always given reverence to something greater than themselves, not no big eyes like he's trying to present to us. Well, we don't need to include God. Man, cut that out. All right. Evidence of God has been found by scientists in the complexity of DNA, the God code or the God genome. As you may know, that a computer program is a series of binary numbers, i.e. ones and zeros. The sequence of ones and zeros instructs the computer what to do. In the same way, all the functions that are taking place inside the cell of the body are controlled by an incredibly complex and extremely long code written in the DNA, which is placed inside the nucleus of all cells of our body. But now the question arises, how this complex code of DNA convinced scientists of the presence of Yah? I'm going to say Yah. That's what I'm going to say. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Let me make it a little smaller. All right. But now the question arises, Sebastian Kole, Hollywood Kole, how this complex code of DNA convinced scientists of the presence of God, an intelligent designer, the master of the universe, something greater than yourself, transparency. Let's understand it with a simple example, homie. Suppose you are walking on the beach and suddenly you see the message written on the beach sand. The message say, Michael is my best friend. Sebastian is my best friend. Then what is the possibility that this message was just written by chance or random waves? You will say, no, it's not possible how these waves of the ocean can write this message. This message is an information that must come from intelligence. And when you look up the definition for information, you gotta have intelligence with it, bro. You can't get around it. All right? So it's not possible for us to neglect an intelligent mind behind such a simple, meaningful message carrying information. So the point is, information comes from intelligence, according to Dr. Francis Collins, director of the Human Genome Project. Okay? One can think of DNA as an instrumental script, a software program sitting in the nucleus of the cell. Did you hear what the Dr. Francis Collins just said? The director of the Human Genome Project. I'm going to say it to you one more time. Think of DNA as an instructional script, a software program sitting in the nucleus of the cell. This is something, this didn't happen by chance, everybody, like he's trying to present. It ain't happening like that. Now, if we see the complexity of the code written in the DNA, it will boggle your mind. The letters of the programming language written in the DNA are A, T, G, and C, just like the letters of computer programming language, ones and zeros. As what the computer would do is decided by the program placed inside its memory that had hundreds of thousands of letters long. In the same way, whole functions of the body are decided by the DNA code having its copy placed inside each cell of the body. This DNA code is nearly 3 billion letters long. That don't just happen by chance. And its instructions are written by different sequences and arrangements of the 4 letters, A, T, G, and C. A unique combination of these letters instruct the cell how to carry out extremely complex body functions. These 4 letters of DNA code are A, T, G, and C. Actually names 4 chemicals. They are adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine that representatively stand for A, T, G, and C letters. All right, let's keep it moving because the time running out. All right, now as 110010110101 is an example of a computer program instruction in a binary language, which letters of ones and zeros. Similarly, A, G, A, G, T, G, G, C, T, C, A, C, T, C, C, T, G, A, A is an example of an instruction in the DNA code written by using 4 letters, A, T, G, and C. Now, remember the example of the message written on the beach again. It needs an intelligent mind conveying a piece of information. How is it possible to neglect an infinitely intelligent super intelligence who has written this incredibly long, dense, and complex code of 3 billion letters, Sebastian, inside the nucleus of a cell? Who placed the code there? Is it just by chance? Do you know how complex a DNA code is, Rock? Come on, man. The DNA code contains all the information that makes up an organism, all the features that makes you, every quality, every trait that you possess, every chemical reaction taking place inside your body, and a lot more. This code is transferred to the next generations. This is the reason why a child has many characteristics similar to his parents. It's interesting to note that a child shares 99.5% of the DNA of his parents. Everything that is happening inside the cell is instructed by the DNA code written in the letters, the 4 letters again, A, T, G, and C. Not only this code has instructions also to auto-repair itself. This 3 billion letter code is copied to new cells before cells die. So the information is not lost after the death of the cell. This is unbelievably complex functions are performed by the DNA code at extremely high speed without you even noticing. So it's obvious that job to write a program is beyond the limits of a human mind. No program has ever been written by chance. I want everybody to listen. I'm gonna say it again. No program has ever been written just by chance. Let's go to the next one. If you're a computer programmer, then you can understand how much intelligence, concentration, creativity, pain, and time it takes to write a simple code of just a few hundred words. If you want to get a task done by instructing the machine, can that computer program be written without an intelligent programmer? Ask yourself that. By itself, by chance? No. So how do we think that this incredibly long code of 3 billion letters that is unbelievably complex and the densest storage of information in the universe can be written without any super intelligence behind it? It's preposterous. Man, but see, that's what these atheists do, man. They believe in I, self. It's doest thy will. This is who I am. I don't need to have any boundaries of law. I don't have to follow what a God tell me. I am the God. And that's what, but the crazy part is, like he told me, there's no organization in the atheist movement. There is no movement. How can this be better for our people? And they can't even bring us under one accord. Now, 150 years ago, Charles Darwin revolutionized biology. But did he refute intelligent design? I hope I got more time to get into this. But
you got 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds.
All right, you lucky boy. That's what I'm telling you, man. Hey, stay tuned for the second round. 150 years ago, Charles Darwin revolutionized biology. Did he refute intelligent design? That's what we're gonna get into next. And I got these scriptures for you. I got all kinds of stuff, man. I'm gonna get into the car and the bar, and it's all on the popping in the den. Let's get it in. One.
All right. That's the end of JJ's round. He left 8 seconds to spare.
Oh, well, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Sabbath. I could die.
Yeah, that too. All right, Sebastian Kole, it's on you, my brother. The time has been reset. You have 15 minutes. Once you start sharing your screen, the time will then start. Let us know whenever you're ready, good brother. I think you're muted. Unmute yourself, bro.
Okay, you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Let's rock and roll.
All right, atheism versus theism. Which one is best for the community? I got to start by saying that when I talk about what's best, I'm talking about what gives us power, right? And if you understand power, like if you really want to get into the understanding of what power is the power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. Now, here's the thing. In order to be powerful, we need two things in our community. First of which is going to be, we need information. And then secondly, we need morality. But you need good information and good morality. So here's what you need. You need good information and good morality. In other words, you need to think good and you need to do good. If you think good and do bad, what that means you got good information about a bad action, bad things happen. If you get bad information about a good action, still bad things happen. In order for good things to happen, you need to have good information as well as good actions. Okay, my mission this particular round is to show you that God is not good for it, well, not for our good actions. But first and foremost, I want to tell you something. My rebuttal game crazy. My rebuttal game crazy. Freestyle. My man just told me, look at all the complex cells. How did that come to be? Well, let me tell you how that came to be. Cell complexity is not a problem. We can totally understand cell complexity. RNA. See, RNA, you see how he said A, T, C, and G? RNA originated as adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil. Uracil then converts to the thymine. Boom, you go from RNA to DNA. And RNA spontaneously begins in water. There are several studies that show this, but that's neither here nor there. We'll come back to that. Get that out of there. Secondly, the intelligent design community literally went to court. Michael Bay, he's a pseudoscientist, went to trial about this. Kitzmiller versus Dover, 2005. He was going to talk about how Darwin did not refute intelligent design, but guess who did? The courts did. In Kitzmiller Dover, 2005. In their findings, they decided that intelligent design was not science. By law, intelligent design is not science. It is just religion, ladies and gentlemen. This is a religious argument that has no scientific proof. Everything he's about to tell you about intelligent design is completely pseudoscience, and here is the finding. Now, let me just read you some of the findings. Teaching intelligent design, here's the holding. Teaching intelligent design in public school biology classes violates the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States and Article 1, Section 3, Pennsylvania State Constitution. Because intelligent design is not science, there it is right there, first on the first step, cannot uncouple itself from creationists and is thus religious. That's just a religious belief. These are people who are denying the truth of science. Now, let me get back, because I want to establish my first premise. My first premise is actually round one. Bing! My first premise is actually, if we want to talk about being better as a community, we got to establish good information and good actions. You see how he went from being a deist, where he just plainly talked about God, he wanted to insert Yah. That's a difference between deism and theism, but since he named them, now we on theism. All the shit he read was about deism, just a creator. But he really was wanting to talk about theism. I'm gonna cut him off at the pass. I'm gonna get right to Yah. Yah has no morals. See, people equate God's law as a command with morality, but it's not very moral. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 12 says, all things are lawful to me. God's law will allow a lot, and I'm going to show you how he's going to let that happen. All things are lawful to me, but not all things are expedient. All things are lawful, but I won't be brought under the power of any. So I got to understand what a moral is. See, a moral is a person's standard of behavior for what they will and what they won't do. I'm going to show you God, this God, Yah, has no standards for what he will or what he won't do. He is not a moral God. God has neither objective nor subjective morality. Thus, he cannot be a source of morality. Look at this list of things I got. Murder, sex slavery, genocide, infanticide. Do y'all think, genocide is the killing of races, infanticide is the killing of children. Do y'all think any of that is moral? Sure the fuck hope not, right? Okay, all right, so I'm gonna show you that God either condoned by not punishing or stopping or commanded all of these. Okay, boom. First off, God commands murder of an Israelite. Numbers chapter 15, I started at verse 32. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man gathering sticks upon the Sabbath day. And when they found a man gathering sticks, they brought him unto Moses and Aaron and unto the congregation. And they put him in ward, because it was not declared what should be done with him. And the Lord said unto Moses, this man shall be surely put to death, and all the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp. And the congregation brought him without the camp and stoned him with stones, and he died. Now wait, this man got caught picking up sticks on the Sabbath. They then went and talked to God and said, what should we do about the man who picked up sticks on the Sabbath? This is how I'm going to prove you that this morality is subjective. It ain't even really subjective. It just don't exist. What should we do about a man who picked up sticks on the Sabbath? He shouldn't have done that. He picked up sticks on the Sabbath. God's answer to picking up sticks on the Sabbath was to pick up stones on the Sabbath and throw them at him. You have no moral. If what he did wrong was pick up something on the Sabbath, you did more work by picking up something heavier on the Sabbath. God has no morals. he commanded murder. What is murder? Murder is the killing of a human being by a sane person with intent, malice, and a forethought. These people were sane, or at least they thought they were sane, talking to an invisible being, asking them, what should we do? The invisible being said, you should kill him with rocks. Didn't even think about the fact that rocks are heavier than sticks. You killed him with a heavier object, thus you did more work on the Sabbath. All y'all should be dead by your own fucking premonitions. Let's keep going. God commands genocide. What's genocide? The deliberate killing of a large number of people from a particular nation or ethnic group with the aim of destroying that next group. Here it is. God said, but the cities of the people which the Lord thy God doth give thee for an inheritance, thou shalt save alive nothing that breatheth. Right? Here's how you know it's genocide. But thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee. This is literally God commanding ethnic cleansing or genocide. Is genocide moral? Hell no. All right, let's keep going. Let's just so we check, who killed more people in the Bible? Did God kill the most people in the Bible? Did the devil kill the most people in the Bible? Well, in the Old Testament, that's how we count it. In a book written called Drunk with Blood by Steve Wells, he counted up every murder in the Bible, every murder in the Old Testament. Okay. And what he concluded was that in the Old Testament, the devil killed 10 people, and he killed those 10 people in the book of Job. God, on the other hand, killed 2,038,344 people. God really liked killing people. All right, let's keep going. Let me see, where were we? Did that one. Boom. God likes child sacrifice. Now we on infanticide, right? And it reads this way. And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abram. Y'all know this is Genesis 22. God did tempt Abram and said unto him, Abram, and he said, behold, here I am. And he said, take now thy son, thine only son, Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah and offer him up for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I shall send thee. Now, right now, most of y'all theists are sitting there thinking of a reason why that's okay. But this is Father Abraham, the father of the faith, who is listening to a voice in his head say, go kill your son and then burn him. You thinking, well, he didn't kill him because it was a ram in the bush. I get it. I totally understand. I'm with you. You're right, because he did. But he definitely commanded him to kill him. Let's keep going. If fuck them kids was a commandment. If fuck them kids was a commandment. He continues to command this. This is over in the book of Leviticus. Only the firstlings of the beast which should be the Lord's firstling. No man shall sanctify, whether it be ox or sheep, it is the Lord's. And if it is an unclean beast, then he shall redeem it to thine estimation, and shall add a fifth part of it thereto. Or if it be not redeemed, then he shall add, then it shall be sold according to the estimation, notwithstanding the devoted thing. Okay, that a man shall devote unto the Lord of all that he hath, both of man, right, and beast, and of the field of his possession, shall be sold or redeemed. Every devoted thing is most holy unto the Lord. Nothing that is devoted, none devoted, which shall be devoted of men, shall be redeemed, but shall surely be put to death. This is of your firstborn children. God commanded people to kill their firstborn kids. If fuck them kids was a commandment, okay, fuck them kids, ain't that right? Fuck them kids. We don't need kids. Kill your firstborn. That's what this God like you to do. Oh, and you think, well, nah, that ain't really what he meant. He didn't really mean that. Oh, he knew what he was doing. This comes from Ezekiel chapter 22. Nevertheless, I withdrew mine hand and wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted in the sight of the heathen, in whose sight I brought them forth. I lifted up my hand unto them also into the wilderness, that I would scatter them amongst the heathen and disperse them amongst the countries, because they had not executed my judgment. See, he's a really jealous God. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Because they had not executed my judgments, but had despised my statutes, and there's a reason they despised them, and had polluted my Sabbath, and their eyes were after their father's idol. Wherefore I gave them also statutes that were not good, and judgments whereby they could not live or should not live. And I polluted them in their own gifts or sacrifices, in that they caused to pass through the fire all that openeth the womb. Remember, everything that come out the womb is his. I made them kill their firstborn kids, that I might make them desolate to the end that they may know that I am the Lord. He told you to kill your kids for fuck's sake. This is the morality you want to follow. Okay, let's keep going. You say, well, maybe see you saying that, but you got to prove that because he didn't kill Isaac. And okay, great. God accepts child sacrifice. Judges chapter 11, when Jephthah made a promise to God that he was going to kill the first thing that came out of his house, God accepted this sacrifice. I ain't gonna even read you all this. I mean, you can read this. You get this. Just Judges chapter 11, started at verse 34. Let me go to verse 38 though, but you can read all that as you like. And he said, go, and he sent her away for 2 months, and she sent with her companions and bewailed her virginity in the mountains. And it came to pass at the end of the 2 months that she returned unto her father, who did with her, which according to the vow which he had vowed, and she knew no man. And it was the custom of Israel that the daughters of Israel went yearly to lament the daughter of Jephthah. He killed her. That was the vow that he had made. God accepted that. God didn't stop that from happening. He accepted that. Sex slavery. Oh, yeah, he likes sex slavery. Sexual slavery is a particular form of enslavement which includes limitations on one's autonomy, freedom, and movements and power to decide matters related to one's sexual activity. Thus, the crime includes forced marriages, domestic servitude, or other forced labor ultimately involving forced sexual activity. Numbers chapter 13 and 1, and Moses was wroth with the officers of the host, which the captains over 1,000, the captains over the hundreds, which came into the battle. And Moses said unto them, have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor. And there was a plague amongst the congregation of the Lord. Now, therefore, kill every male among the little ones, the little boys, and kill every woman that has known a man by lying them. But all the women, children, keep them alive for yourselves. Now, wait, you got to keep them alive for yourselves. Wait, I gotta go somewhere. Show you something. Calm down, bro. You can't rape her yet. I know she a little girl, but don't rape her yet. Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 10 through 14. When thou goest forth to a war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy God have delivered them unto thy hands, and thou have taken them captive, and seest amongst the captives a young beautiful woman, right? A beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldst have her as thy wife, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put on raiment of her captivity on her, and she shall remain in thy house and bewail her father and the mother, because you just killed them, for a full month. And after that, thou shalt go into her and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. And it shall be that if thou have no delight in her, then you just let her go, but you can't sell her because you done fucked her. Oh my God, don't calm down, bro. Don't rape her yet. God tell you exactly when you can rape her. You got to kill her mom and daddy, then wait 30 days. Wait. You think, okay, that's just Old Testament. Wait. Let's look at some stuff that's supposed to happen in the future. Isaiah chapter 13. A whole lot of gang shit, my nigga. Isaiah chapter 13. This is the burden of Babylon. This is a prophecy for what is to come, or at least all my believer friends think so. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amoz did see. Lift up a banner into the high mountains, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that thou mayest go into the gates of the nobles, and have commanded the sanctified ones. He says, I have commanded my sanctified ones. He talking to the saved folk. He talking to those who believe him. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger. Okay, he's still talking to the saved folk. Them that rejoice in my highness. Okay, all the theists. The noise of a multitude in the mountains is like a great people. Okay, a bunch of y'all. That's a whole bunch of you. He told you that most folk on the planet are theists. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of the nations all over the world gathered together. Okay, the Lord of hosts mustered the host of the battle. Okay, keep in mind, this is a big group of theists. They come from a far country, even the end of heaven. They all over the place. Even the Lord, they are the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. See, God wants you to participate in this. And what does he want you to participate in? Later on in the chapter, rape culture had to start somewhere, right? This is what he wants you to do later on in the chapter. Every one of them that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is, oh, damn! I gotta say this. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. I'm done.
Yeah, this my rebuttal round, right? The 5-minute rebuttal to that nonsense. And he just no. Each probably get 5 minutes. 5 minutes rebuttal. No. Yeah,
That's not what we said.
I put a rebuttal
rounds.
Yeah. I put a rebuttal. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. All right, man. I'm finna get it. Can y'all hear me, man? I'm finna get into what this dude talking about, man. Hey, put the camera on. Can you put the regular camera on? Don't worry about it. And this brother talking about rape, man. Deuteronomy 21, 10 through 14. I'm gonna rebuttal this and I'm gonna get back to my information. Yeah, hold on. Let me play it. All right. I'm gonna get back to my information. Now, when they go forth to war against thy enemies, and the Lord thy God has delivered them into the hands of thy host, take them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and he has desired to her that thou wouldest have her for thy wife. All right? Then thou shalt bring her home in thy house, and shalt shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put a raiment of her captivity from off of her. Meaning, bro. No. I'm going into my thing, bro. Don't. No. This is part of my rebuttal. What he talking about? Don't. All right, where Black Jesus at? Where he at? He still here? All right, man. We ain't finna do this, man. Now listen. He trying to come out like the Most High is condoning rape and all that. It's okay. What it is cultural context. What he don't understand. You cannot have a Western mind frame and then come in and look at something that happened 2,000 years ago and then try to compare it. That's ignorance. Now, once again, let me get back to it. Please do not interrupt me, brother. That thou wouldn't have her for thy wife. Then thou shalt bring her home to thy house, and shalt shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity off of her, and she shall remain in the house be well. She shall remain in thy house and be her father and her mother. Be well. And after that, thou shalt go into her and be her husband, and she shall be his wife. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go, whether she will. But thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast husbanded her. This passage is grouped with laws concerning sons of inheritance, suggesting that this passage's main concern is with the regulation of marriage in such a way as they transform the woman taken captive in war into the acceptable Israelite wife. Let me move on, man. What you need to do is do a little bit more understanding what you read instead of rambling around. Now let's get back to it. See, he's trying to deflect because you notice he ain't brought nothing to the table about what atheism can do for our people. Nothing. Now I'm finna bang on it right now. I wasn't gonna save it. Let me show you what. Let me put my screen up, man. Hold on, stop my time. Stop my time, man. Let me put my screen up. Dude playing games, man. All right, bro. All right, bro. Let me do it. It's all good, bro. This is a good debate. All right. Now, the benefits of theism. See, he ain't bringing nothing out. He just bringing his catfish lip. You know what I'm saying? Religion may help people to overcome insecurities. Can help in hard times in life. May give people trust in life after death. Once the atheist is gone, you lose it. If both of y'all atheists, you never see him again in life. That's it. It's over. Anybody door. Can help to promote reasonable values of theism life and believing in God. May give people a reason to get up in the morning. Theism and religion may help overcome anxiety. Religion and art are closely connected. They prevent people from behaving in an animal-like manner. It's do with thy will with no more. They can't even judge morality. Well, how can you judge morality when you have nothing greater than yourself to judge it off of? Evil is based off good. And that goodness by the majority of people is based off what the creator says good. Let's keep it moving, man. Promotion of common social values, opportunity to socialize. They give people hope. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Hold up. Let's keep it moving. Hold on. Let's go. A transcendent source of hope is what theism and believing in a God brings to the table. Human governments come and go, providing order and structure for a season until they're eventually replaced by the next successive movement. Some governments have been more than just others. None have been ideal. As an Israelite, I acknowledge Yah as transparent, unchanging source of all order in the world. This order is a reflection of his nature. The laws of nature are simply the laws of Yah. As an Israelite, we are called to live a life reflecting Yah's orderly nature, regardless of which form of human government we may be experiencing at the time. 1 Corinthians 14:33, for God is not a God of disorder, but of peace. 2 Timothy 1:6-7, for God did not have a spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power, of love, and self-discipline. They have no order over there. There's no organization. How can this be best for our people? How can we come in one accord with this movement, this Western European movement? Because like I said, the majority of our people, any people, I'm talking about people from out that continent of Africa, they ain't rocking with this, bro. They ain't part of their culture. They ain't fooling with it. This is some new age stuff that he want to attach our people to. It's like telling somebody, a hillbilly in Kentucky who's been racist all her life and hate Negroes, to all of a sudden start dating black women and loving BET. It ain't gonna work. Now let's go to the next one, man. This dude, man, he playing games up in here. Look, this is what works for us. A transcendent source of hope. We are inclined as fallen humans to place our hope and trust in people, positions, or power. These transcendent failed substitutes cannot compare to the transcendent creator of the universe. However, although we hope for things in this life, the ultimate hope at the core of every human heart is the hope of eternity. The hope we will live beyond this life. And once it's over for you atheists, you dead, you gone. This is an R&B singer who has no soul. He don't have the kind of vibe. Let me skip something real quick to show you something about some kind of vibe. Let me show you something, all right? Man, this is what it's all about, bro. Our people believe in a human spirit, bro. Even African spirituality. Africans do not deny the intelligence of a creator. What is pod divination in Nigeria? Who is Mami Wata? Does a single African spirituality exist across all indigenous cultures, even after the contact with Western religions such as Christianity? In this illustrated book right here, African Spirituality for Means and Expressions, right? A perfect introduction to a fascinating world of African religion, spirituality, which he said he don't believe in spirit or ality anyway, because he's an atheist. So he out the box anyway, man. You in left field somewhere, man. Come over here to the right. And cosmology, writers from Margaret R. Miles, Kathleen O'Brien Bricker, Obulu Kulu, Tayeb led us to discussions of the diversity of African spiritual traditions and the forms and patterns that link them, special topics into Dagbamga, Haitian voodoo, shrines, divination, Kambola, and Sufism as a role in Islam. Bro, we all over. African spirituality, beliefs, and practice. Tahuti even knew what's up. Connecting with your ancestors. This is embedded in our people. I'm gonna get to the Israelite stuff too, but he supposed to be coming from over on the other side. He disrespecting them. Our ancestors did it with the spirit and the soul, the kind of vibe, bro. You know what I'm saying? Here go a detailed thing from the papyrus of Hunfer, which shows the scribe Hunfer heart being weighed on the scale of Ma'at against the feather of truth by the jackal-headed Anubis, and Thoth, scribes of the god. Records the result. If this heart equals exactly the weight of the feather, it is allowed to go into the afterlife. This atheist thing, he believes it's over. You're dead. Mama, you gone. I'll never see you again. I don't have no hope. This is what he bringing to us. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man, this religion of atheism, or whatever you want to call it, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, let me stop for a minute. Here go the atheist wall of fame moment, since he want to talk about stuff. This is what brother left Christianity, John Wayne Gacy, and became an atheist, and this can happen to you right here. You see what I'm saying? He was an American serial killer, sex offender, known as the Killer Clown, who assaulted and murdered at least 33 young men and boys. And we're speaking of men and boys, but the thing is, with the 4% of black atheists that we have in the United States, 96% of them support the LGBTQ movement. This is what happens when your mind is on atheism right there. Let's get back from the atheist wall of fame moment. All right, let's go to some benefits. Let's go to some of the stuff that's just a disadvantage of being atheist. Poor health, both physical and mental health, right? You can look that up in Atheism and Health. I'm gonna pull it up. Eternal punishment in hell after you die. Really ain't nothing happens after you die. Bye, mama. It's over. Atheists offer no basis of morality. They have no, they have nothing to judge good off of. State atheism and the secular left are known for mass murder and human rights violations. Since you want to talk about murder, we can bring that up too. Atheism and mass murder, atheism and human rights violations. Atheists, let me get to some of them real quick, man. Since you want to run his mouth, since you want to run your mouth over there and cuss all over the platform with no respect. As you see, we respectable over here, theists. We don't cuss and say all that F words when we doing a debate. We want our children to watch. That's another thing. They do as thou will. You see what I'm saying? Have some respect. They don't teach you that. You ain't got no book to even guide you to teach you that. So I can't even get on your case. In the article published in this issue of the Mayo Clinic proceedings, Mayo Clinic researchers reviewed published studies, meta-analysis, systematic reviews, and subject reviews that examine the association between religious involvement and spirituality and physical health and mental health, health-related quality of life, and other health outcomes. The authors report a majority of nearly 350 studies of physical health and 850 studies of mental health that have used religious and spiritual variables have found that religious involvement and spirituality are associated with better health outcomes. That's from Mueller, Dr. Paul S. Mueller, December 2001, revisit religious involvement, spirituality, medicine, implications for clinical practices. The Mayo Clinic. All right? Let me show you something else, man, since you want to run your damn mouth, since you want to be disrespectful. Atheists and life expectancy. Y'all don't even live long, man. Religious people live on an average 4 years longer than the agnostic and atheist peers. New researchers found the difference between practicing, worshiping, and those who are not part of a religious group could be down to a mix of social support, stress relieving practices, and abstaining from unhealthy habits. The author suggests from the study of team of Ohio University academics, including Associate Professor of Psychology, Christian N. Have you noticed he ain't brought no kind of biologist, no kind of psychologist. All he been doing was crying me a river about the Bible and when God did this and God did this. When you gonna bring something to the table to show how this is beneficial and helping our people? Show these atheists out on the corner that's helping our people. Show them out there that's out there getting our people off a drug, a group of them. Yeah, we are the atheists, and we're here to let you know you don't need to believe in God, but here we are, we helping you. I see Hebrew Israelites out there doing it. I see the Muslims doing it, the theists out there doing it. I see the Christians in the community do it. Show me one atheist that has been really involved in the civil rights movement that have pulled us up out of troubles because they're using the atheist doctrine. No, a lot of people was inspired by a theist point of view, using the Bible to get them through, man. And this dude want to come in here and try to knock something that's close to us. Man, fall back, man. And like I said, the Ohio University academics, including the Associate Professor of Psychology, Christian N., analyzed more than 1,500 obituaries from across the U.S. to piece together how the defining feature of our lives affect our longevity. Now, if you look at this picture on here, the prestigious Mayo Clinic found that religious involvement and spirituality are associated with better physical health, mental health. This is the Mayo Clinic. Health-related quality of life and other health outcomes. You can look that up in religious involvement, spirituality, and medicine implications for clinical practice right there in your face. Right there in your face. Studies prove on an average live longer than atheists. Theists live longer than atheists. Religious people on an average okay, I read that. Hold on, let's keep it moving. All right, atheists is suicide, man. These are lonely because they outcasts. They weirdos. They them the kind that come up to your school with the dark coat on and it's 90 degrees on. That's when it's time to run. Hey, look, it's time to run. When you see them, look. Hold on. Let me get to it. Hold on. When you see them, look, coming in your school looking like this, it's time to be aware. To be aware is to be alive. Atheism is social interpersonal intelligence. See, I'm bringing you some different levels of mental awareness and stuff like that. He ain't bringing nothing. The atheist P.Z. Myers, quoting fellow leftist Alex Nichols, said that Jives associate outspoken atheists with neckbeards, among other things, cause many liberals, leftists to leave the atheist tent, and those who remain, for the most part, lack in social skills and self-awareness, everybody. This is your brain on atheism. Atheist killer Devin Patrick Kelly. This is your brain on atheism. This is your brain on atheism. Any more questions? Now let me get back to what I'm talking about, bro, because he's playing games. All right. Atheism offers an inferior sense of community, and atheistic culture experience more loneliness. You can look it up and see atheism's loneliness. In Western world, atheists are more engaged in bitter infighting. According to the international study done by William Ben Bridge, I'm bringing out more people. When are you going to bring somebody out? Somebody besides yourself and all that crime. Atheism is common among those interpersonal social obligations are weak and also connected to lower fertility rates. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really being fruitful and multiplying. In advanced industrial nations. You see what I'm saying? I mean, look, atheists in religious countries are often experience distrust and social ostracism. Hey, we don't want y'all around us, man. You weirdos. Well, let's keep it moving, man. Let's go to the next one, man. In the article published in the Mayo Clinic, let's see, hold on. I read that one. No, I read that. Let's keep it moving. Let's see. Okay, atheist and suicide. Loneliness is the major risk factor for suicidal thoughts. In many atheist countries that develop world, there are considerable problems of loneliness. Furthermore, many atheists feel isolated within these theistic cultures, although there are recent studies related to atheism being a causal factor for suicide. An early proponent of atheism being a causal factor for suicide was Reverend Doctor, there goes some more doctors, Robert Stewart MacArthur. Man, I mean, look, what's this? Right. Pittsburgh College sociologist Phil Zuckerman compiled country-by-country survey pulling the census numbers relating to atheism, agnosticism, disbelief in God, and people who state they are non-religious and have no religious preferences. These data were published in the chapter titled Atheism, Contemporary Race and Patterns, the Cambridge Companion for Atheism. Well, I have to come back to that later. But like I said, this brother ain't brought nothing to the table, man. I ain't gonna cry again about the Most High for another 15 minutes. I'm gonna go get me some popcorn or something until he get done. I don't want to hear all this goddamn crime. Show us some benefits of atheism. With that being said, I use the rest of my time.
Brother, now I had to step away for a minute, so you said it's up to me in reference to okay. Oh, okay. Well, no problem, brother. I didn't mind sharing there, brother. I didn't mind sharing at all. So thank you for being there, brother. So we're now at the bottom of the third round, correct? Oh,
Bottom of the second
round. Bottom of the second round. All right. So, brothers and sisters, again, this is your boy Black Jesus Minister, and this is the Lions Den Debate League, Atheism versus Theism. Atheism versus Theism, which is best for our people, Black people. Brother JJ 7000 representing Theism, and Brother Sebastian Kole representing Atheism. Brother Sebastian Kole, unmute your mic, bro, and take care of business, bro. Let's go.
That's what I'm here to do. Real quick, my rebuttal game, crazy. I want to start with the idea that he said that the rape in the wars was cultural and for a time. And then he came back and said that God's law superseded time. So if God's law superseded time, then the rape in the wars was not just a cultural situation. That was God's law concerning all time. At the very last second of what I was just saying, I was telling you in the future, when God comes back to judge, he gonna have you rape people's wives. And I can show you that again now. I'm gonna wait for the rebuttal round though. I'm gonna wait. Okay, so that law about raping prisoners was not just for a time. That's how God feels about rape. Now he gonna say I'm crying. That's not crying, that's just reading the Bible. And if I read the Bible and you think of that as tear-dropping shit, then you should check your Bible. That's one. Also, he said that they're trying to convince a theist to be an atheist is like trying to get a racist to stop being racist. Don't you want a racist to stop being racist? That's a horrible argument. I just want to make sure that you know that. Okay, all right. Now, most mass murders, by the way, conducted in this country, most mass murders in this country are performed by theists, by the way. I just want to make sure that I say that. He asked me if I knew any famous atheists. Let me see if I can pull up some for you. I got tons of them for you. As a matter of fact, Frederick Douglass, W.E.B. Du Bois, all of these men were atheists. And that comes from, and pull this up. I'm sorry. I know my time running. Dr. Christopher Kenyon, PhD at UNC. His research includes early American history and the history of slavery and abolition and African American religious and intellectual history. His research led him to conclude that African American free thought began as a response to the brutality of the institution of slavery and developed in tandem with movements such as the New Negro Renaissance and Black Power. He has a book that demonstrates that religious skepticism was prevalent amongst those and the most prevalent voices in African American history, including Frederick Douglass, W. Du Bois, Philip Randolph, Richard Wright, James Baldwin, Lorraine Hansberry, Huey Newton, and Alice Walker. All right, so if you're just looking for a famous atheist or a famous skeptic or a famous agnostic that said, "Hey, I'm gonna help my people," there you go. All right, now let me get on to what let me share my screen again. Let me share my screen. I asked y'all earlier about morality. He said, "I ain't got no morals." That's what that man told me. That man told me I ain't got morals. That shit hurt my feelings in the long run. But remember when I talked about all that shit earlier. When I talked about all that shit earlier, I was saying that God is not good for morals. That ain't even what God good for. God ain't got no standard for what he will and won't do. If I did all that stuff, the genocide, the murder, the rape, all that, would you think of me as moral? Of course not. And the only reason that you would think of me as moral, the only reason that you would accept that as a moral action is because of this. Special pleading. God is a logical fallacy, and I want to get into that. The only reason you would accept that as moral is because of special pleading. Look at this. Pastor Rick Warren, one of the pastors of the biggest church in the world, says that surrendered people obey God's word, even if it doesn't make sense. See, a special pleading is a kind of fallacy where one cites an exception to a general universal principle without justified exception. Here's an example. Sure, breaking the rules should be punished, but she's my daughter. And I know she didn't mean to do it. That's the same thing he just did for God, right? He's saying, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Sure, that's immoral, but he's God, so it's okay. Nope, special plea. Second one, God of the gaps. What he talked about earlier was he said, I don't know how things get so complex, thus there must be a God. Bro, these are arguments from incredulity. Just because you don't understand don't mean you get to assert your God. That doesn't mean you get to assert your God. That's not what we're doing here. We're not here to assert a God when we come to a place that we don't understand the thing. What we do out here in the real world is when we do not understand the thing, we figure out the answer to it. That's what we do. All right, now let me put it off the screen. Let me see if I can stop sharing my screen. Stop screen. All right, put me back up. All right, so here's what I want to talk about, because I'm gonna save all my doctors and scientists for my last round. My man just keeps saying, hey, he didn't bring out no doctors, no scientists. Because when I bring out the doctors and scientists, although I did talk about the doctors and scientists, Dr. Behe that he brought up, I showed you that he's a pseudoscientist. But just wait. Here's my round to talk to you about why you do not need the presupposition of a God to understand this universe. Dr. Luc Laplace. Dr. Luc Laplace was a cosmologist who worked with Napoleon. Dr. Luc Laplace used Newton's laws of physics, of relativity, and he constructed a working model of the universe. He brought it to Napoleon, and Napoleon said, I don't see you have any place for God in this model. And Dr. Luc Laplace said, I have no need for that hypothesis for this to work. I had no need. There isn't a single doctor out there who feels like, well, I can't say a single. The common consensus is that we do not need a God for this to work. Earlier, I said that in order for us to have power, we needed to have good information and good actions. I talked about good actions. So now let me talk about good information. I say all the time that God lives in the gaps of information. Okay. What you do not know is where you place God. For the longest, the Greeks thought that Thor threw down lightning bolts. They thought that Neptune brought rain. And then we learned about static electricity and the condensation, evaporation, and precipitation cycle. I did not need a God to bring rain. I did not need a God to bring thunder. Down in Bali, there's a great volcano it's actually called Mount Awa in Bali. And Mount Awa is a volcano, and they worship it as a god. It actually has the same name as Awa from the West African people. There's an Awa in West Africa. And they really thought that this, but once we understand seismic plates, tectonic plates, I do not need that God. See, this God told you that he sunk the mountains into place. We now know that scientifically that couldn't be wronger. Mountains aren't sunk into place, they're brought up. Seismic plates touch each other and push each other up. They're not sunk into place. It's the exact opposite. If I really want to understand this universe, the presupposition of God gets in my way. Right? In order for us to make good things happen, we have to have good information and good practice. So I talked about morality. Now I'm here to talk about information. Scientifically speaking, my man, he did bring up some great points, and I want to be kind to the man. That was actually a really good round, Jeremiah. I think that was very good. You brought up some things about suicide and loneliness, and I think that was great. But I don't know if you paid attention to one of the things that you read. What you read was that a part of the reason that atheists feel so lonely is because they live in theist countries. And theists make life hard for atheists, not the other way around. Again, when you worship a God of the gaps, in other words, when you're looking for places to place God, instead of finding out the answer to that question, you'll leave that question open, because every time I answer one of those questions, I make your God smaller. When he brought up the irreducible complexity idea, all I got to do is teach you about RNA. All of a sudden, God gets smaller. Oh, wait, that ain't how the complexity happened. I thought that's where my God lived. That's not where your God lives, right? Oh, I don't understand the beginning of the universe. Thus God. Till we understand the beginning of the universe, right? I say these things to say that, yes, religion is great for giving hope. It is horrible for producing results. And I'm gonna talk about that in my third round. I'm gonna show you the results of religion and atheism. I already got that plan. Just hold on. I just want to build with you for a second. Okay. Now, again, going back to the idea that out of some magical man in the sky, this is gonna fix my problems. Well, the same God that put you in slavery got you out of slavery. The same God that commanded rape gave you rules for how to rape. That's what y'all want to tell me? Okay. Baby, listen. That's a scam. That's a 1992 navy blue Toyota Camry. This God, we do not need this to further our people. What we need is practical, real life information. He said there are, in the African tribes, they all believed in God. Till you look up the Twa people. And most of y'all are the descendants of Twa people. Go look. Twa people were atheists and have been atheists for a long time. They have no God or gods. His first round was all about the idea of putting science against God. That's a horrible idea. My idea is not to put science against God. I'm going to show you in this third round the effects of God are trash. First off, it keeps you from trying to close the gaps of your understanding. Human beings, like every mammal, have a thing called advanced agency. In other words, when something we don't understand, we want to give it an agency. If I don't know what it is, I want to just say, wait, somebody did that. This is where we get the ka and the ba, the spirit, from. It just represents the wind. Because when the trees shook, we didn't know who was shaking the trees. We thought somebody was shaking the trees. Maybe the trees trying to tell us something. They moving like I move, because we didn't understand wind. We didn't understand it as particulate matter. Right? Even when you get down to the spirit, when you look up the ruach, you understand it just to be wind. It's just a thing that moves things that you don't move. But we understand the wind cycle. We understand the Coriolis effect. I need not have a God to understand how this place works. If you want hope for the afterlife, great. I am not looking for hope in the afterlife. I want to make this life the most special time I have. I'm here right now. I want to do the most that I can with this right now. First and foremost, energy cannot be created or destroyed. Energy is a property of position in a system. That's it. Energy is not a thing. It's an inherent property of position of a particular matter in a system. Energy is not a thing. But I'm gonna wait till the rebuttal round for all that. We're gonna talk a whole lot of science in the rebuttal round. I'm just trying to give you, these are my fun rounds, okay? So I'm saying all this to say that ultimately, in order to make this place work, we need applicable information. I'm going to submit to my interlocutor. My man works in construction. I'm going to have him ask me to come out and work with him one day. And when I get out to work with him, I know nothing of construction. Nothing. It's not my job. I don't know anything about it. But ask him if he'll hire me if I pray. Ask him, will he hire me if I pray? He's not going to hire me because I'm going to need to know something to make something happen. My faith doesn't do anything in this real world. Now, my spirit nor my soul do anything in this real world. First off, you can't even define what is a spirit. Or I also look like Isaac Hayes, Shannon. I'm actually really good friends with his son, Isaac Hayes III. I actually use one of his samples in one of my biggest songs. But nonetheless, that energy doesn't do anything for me in this real world. What I need to know in this real world is physics, biology, chemistry, mathematics. I need to know these things, electronics, information systems. These are things I need to know. Yeah. Oh, no. Shannon, I hadn't prayed in a long time. A wise man by the name of Frederick Douglass said, I prayed for 20 years and got nothing. And then I started praying with my legs. Frederick Douglass. He recognized, and I'm going to bring out some other famous Black atheists that'll tell you the exact same thing. Right? Prayer is good to put your intentions out. It is useless in getting things done. And right now, as a community, we need to get things done. And in order to get things done, I could put aside the supposition of God to learn the physics of the world. Yeah. You give me a grocery store and you give JJ 3,000 1,000 prayer altars. I bet I feed more people. You give me a forest and you give JJ 3000 the whole Bible, I bet I can build more houses. You give me a cotton field and you give JJ 3000 100 Psalms, I bet I can make more clothes. I submit those 30 seconds.
Man, all right, man. Let's get it back in, man. I thought I could get my camera. Oh, wait, hold on for it. Don't start my time yet.
Take your time, bro. Take your time.
And brothers and sisters, be sure to get y'all. I hope you guys are taking notes. Make sure that you have your questions and your comments ready, because at the end, we're going to entertain questions and comments that you can direct directly to our debaters tonight. Brother JJ 7000, Brother Sebastian Kole, Theism versus Atheism, Theism versus Atheism, brothers and sisters. Mute your mic, JJ, until you're ready. Mute your mic, JJ. Mute your mic, JJ. I don't know if you can hear me or not. All right. So again, brothers and sisters, we're glad to be here and glad that you all are here. Be sure to post this debate on your social media platforms. Be sure to share and subscribe. Share and subscribe right here at Lions Den Debate League, brothers and sisters. Again, Sebastian Kole versus JJ 7000, the people's champ. Theism versus atheism, which is best for our people. So, Brother JJ, if you're ready, you can unmute your mic, bro. And also, you just heard also from Brother Kyle co-hosting tonight. Brother Kyle co-hosting tonight. Thank you, Brother Kyle. JJ, you ready to go, brother?
Yeah, I'm ready to get it in, bro.
All right, it's on you, bro.
All right, y'all. Let me get my screen back up. My share button. Hold up.
Go right ahead.
Let's see. Stop sharing. Hold up. Let's get back in it. It's the third round for me. So we finna get it in. All right. Now, see, his brother, he ain't really bringing nothing to the table. He bringing a little cry game, man, you know, which is expected, you know. But a lot of these guys who are atheists, they follow evolution. Don't let them fool you. This is what they do. But see, we got people out here, they got questions about it. We're gonna start with Darwin's doubt. The explosive origin of animal life in the case for intelligent design. See, he put up one little source. Oh, yeah, that debunks intelligent design. Man, get up out of here with that, man. When Charles Darwin finished The Origin of Species, he thought that he had explained every clue but one. Though his theory could explain many facts, Darwin knew that there were a significant event in the history of life that his theory did not explain. During this event, the Cambrian explosion, many animals suddenly appeared in the fossil records without apparent ancestors in earlier layers of rock. In Darwin's Doubt, Stephen Myers tells a story of the mysterious surroundings of this explosion of animal life, a mystery that has intensified not only because the expected ancestors of these animals had not been found, but because scientists have learned more about what it takes to construct an animal. During the last half century, biologists have come to appreciate the central importance of biological information stored in DNA elsewhere in cells to building animal forms. Expanding on compelling base, he presents his last book, Signature in the Cell. Meyer argues that the origin of this information, as well as other mysterious features of the Cambrian event, are best explained by intelligent design rather than pure, undirected evolutionary process. See, this is what he wants y'all to believe. Undirected evolutionary process just happened, and here we are. Here we are today. Look at me. Beginning in the late 19th century, many intellectuals began to insist that scientific knowledge conflicts with traditional theistic belief. The science and belief of God are at war. Philosopher of science Stephen Meyer challenged this view by examining 3 scientific discoveries which decisively theistic implications. Building the case for the intellectual design of life that he developed in Signature in the Cell and Darwin's Doubt, Meyer demonstrates how discoveries in cosmology and physics, coupled with those in biology, help to establish the identity of the designing intelligence behind life and the universe. Meyer argues that theism was its affirmation of the transcendent, intellectual, and active creator. Best explains the evidence we have concerning biological and cosmological origins. Previously, Meyer refrained from attempting to answer questions about who might have designed life. Now he provides an evidence-based answer to perhaps the ultimate mystery of the universe. In doing so, he reveals a stunning conclusion. The data support not just the existence of an intelligent design of some kind, but the existence of a personal God. Where am I? Hold on. We keep it moving. Hold on. Let me see what we got. Hold on. Let me keep it moving. All right. Okay, here you go. To those who are unfamiliar with the particular problems faced by scientists trying to explain the origin of life, it might not seem obvious by invoking natural selection. Does not help to explain the origin of the first life. After all, if natural selection and random mutation can generate new information in living organisms, why can't it also do it in a prebiotic environment? But the distinction between a biological and prebiotic context was crucially important to this argument. Natural selection assumes the existence of living organisms with a capacity to reproduce. Yet self-replication in all extant cells depends upon information-rich proteins and nucleic acids, RNA and DNA. And the origins of such information-rich molecules is previously with origin of life research needs to explain. This is why Theodoros Donskoy, one of the founders of modern neo-Darwinism, can state flatly, pre-biological natural selection is a contradiction. Darwin's doubt. This book addresses Darwin's most significant doubt and what has become of it. It examines an event during a remote period of geological history in which numerous okay, I read that about the Cambrian explosion. Hold up. All right, hold up. Let's see. This book is divided into 3 parts. The mystery of the missing fossil describes the problem that first generated Darwin's doubt. The missing ancestors of the Cambrian animals in the early and pre-Cambrian fossil records. That's a problem. And then tells the story of the successive but unsuccessful attempts that biologists and paleontologists have made to resolve that mystery. Part 2, how to build an animal, explains why the discovery of the importance of information to living systems have made the mystery of the Cambrian explosion more acute. Biologists now know that the Cambrian explosion not only represents an explosion of new animal form and structure, but also an explosion of information. That was indeed one of the most significant information revolutions in the history of life. Part 2 examines a problem of explaining how the unguided mechanism of natural selection and random mutations could have produced the biological information necessary to carry the Cambrian animal forms. They can't answer this, bro. This group of chapters explain why so many leading biologists now doubt the creative power of the neo-Darwinism mechanism, and it presents 4 rigorous critiques of the mechanism based on recent biological research. Let's keep it moving. Part 3. After Darwin, what? Uncle West and all the Uncle Wexelites, all you doubters of a created intelligence, of a created designer, all you doubters of the one, the all, if we call him Yah, or if they call him Allah, or whatever they call him, it's something greater than yourself. I told you this earlier. He don't believe in that. He don't have a soul. He don't have a spirit. This is not what our people taught. I want to keep banging that on y'all, man, because this is what he trying to come in and trying to be all philosophical and all this. And I'm going to bring up this about this, about this, about that. What is the benefits of this? Show it to us, bro. And then you ain't even answering any questions about any of this. Like I say, after Darwin, part 3, after Darwin, what? Evaluates more current evolutionary theories to see if any of them explain the origin of form of information more satisfactory than standard neo-Darwinism does. Part 3 also presents the assesses the theory of intelligent design as a possible solution to the Cambrian mystery. A concluding chapter discusses the implications of the debate about the design in biology for larger philosophical questions that animate human existence. As the story of the book unfolds, it will become apparent that this seemingly isolated anomaly that Darwinian knowledge, almost in passing, has grown to become illustrative of the fundamental problem for all of evolutionary biology. It's a problem, bro. The problem of the origins of biological forms and information. To see that problem came from and why it has generated a crisis in evolutionary biology. We need to begin we need to begin at the beginning, which Darwin's with Darwin's own doubt, with the fossil evidence that excited it, and with a clash between a pair of celebrated Victorian naturalists, the famed Harvard paleontologist Louis Agassiz and Charles Darwin himself. Darwin's Black Box, the biological challenge of evolution, by Michael Behe. He tried to come at Michael Behe, man, fall back, man. As strange as it may seem, modern biochemistry has shown that the cell is operated by machines, literally molecular machines like the man-made counterparts, such as mouse traps, bicycles, and space shuttles. Molecular machines range from the simple to the enormously complex mechanical force-generating machines, like those in muscles, electronic machines, like those in your nerves, and solar power machines like those in photosynthesis. Of course, molecular machines are made primarily of proteins, not metal or plastic. Now, see, in this chapter, Darwin's Black Box, a challenge, a biochemical challenge of evolution, he discussed molecular machines that allow cells to swim. And if you go check this book out by Michael Behe. But first, some necessary details in order to understand the molecular basis of life. One has to have an idea of how proteins work. Those who want to know all the details, how proteins are made, how their structures allow them to work so efficiently and effectively, and so on, are encouraged to borrow an introductory biochemistry textbook from the library. For those who want to know a few details, such as what amino acids look like, you know, I'm learning stuff too as I go. And I love learning this stuff. And what the levels of protein structure, I have included appendix that discuss proteins and nucleic acids. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. A mousetrap for Darwin. See, man, this Darwin dude, man, this Michael Behe, everybody been busting Darwin head, bro. Uncle Wes, you're gonna have to update your information. All you atheists. In 1996, Darwin Black Box thrust Leahy University biochemist Michael Behe, biochemist, into the national spotlight. All through the debate, I've been bringing him out. He want to wait to the last round to bring out a couple. Man, get up out of here. The book and its subsequent too sparked a firestorm of criticism, and his response appears in everything from the New York Times to science blogs to journals of science. He replies all with a handful of brand new essays, and now so I want y'all to check this dude out. A new collected in the mousetrap for Darwin, and engaging his critics, Behe extends his argument that much recent evidence for the study of evolving microbes to mutations in dogs and polar bears show that blind evolution cannot build the complex machinery essential for life. Things just don't happen out of nowhere. It has to be an intelligent designer. If you're building a clock and how complex that is, it has to be somebody behind the schematics. And we all close to the same? How did that just happen coincidentally? But this is how they think. Rather, evolution works principally by breaking things from short-term benefit. It can't construct anything fundamentally new. Man, I'm tired of these dudes, man. Evolution news is science. Yes, intelligent design is detectable by science. Biologists have long recognized that many organized structures in living organisms, the elegant form and protected covering of Kole, Nautilus, the independent parts of the vertebrate eye, the interlocking bones, muscles, and feathers of a bird wing, give the appearance of having been designed for a purpose. This is in Evolution News and Science Today, April 24th, 2018. Yes, intelligent design is detectable by science. Before Darwin's biologists, listen to this. Before Darwin, biologists attributed the beauty, integrated complexity, and adaptation of organisms to the environments to the powerful designing intelligence. Let me say that one more time. Before Darwin, biologists attributed the beauty, integrated complexity, and adaptation of organisms to their environments to the powerful designing intelligence. Consequently, they also thought the study of life renders the activity of a designing intelligence detectable in the natural world. Yet Darwin argued that this appearance of design could be more simply explained as a product of purely undirected mechanism. Undirected? He just boom, pow, out of nowhere. Hey, look at me. I'm Jeremiah Judah now. How come we still ain't evolving right now? Oh, it takes thousands and thousands of years. You know, Darwinism evolution has its basic premise that all life evolved slowly over millions and millions of years. Initially, this is what they think. This involved the formation of a basic chemical building block of life, i.e. amino acids and sugars. Then, I guess, look everybody. I mean, this is a joke. Then as the years continue, these basic molecules came together to build more complex molecules. I mean, this is some kind of joke. And then later, more basic life forms came into being. You know, these basic organisms then changed by natural selection, acting on chance. Mutations into life forms on Earth today, including human beings. This is some type of joke. I got more time for it, man, because like I said, man, modern neo-Darwinists have simply asserted that the undirected process of natural selection and random mutation produce the intricate design-like structures in living systems. Man, I'm telling you, bro, he lucky he ain't got no more time, man, but I you the floor.
Glory! Oh, this is my time. This is my time. Am I up?
Can the brother host for a second, man? Come on.
Oh, come on. I'm excited about this one.
Let's go.
Oh, my atheist ass is lit. Right. Let's go.
Show some benefits of atheism. Stop crying about what's going on over here.
Right now. You ready for this?
Watch him cry about the Bible.
Oh, come on, handsome.
Handsome. See, that's what the atheists do. They call the men handsome.
Oh, we're gonna have a round for that.
Bro, don't call me handsome, man. That's some gay shit.
Hey, you are handsome.
Man, you gay, bro. That's that Hollywood
shit. Intelligent.
All right, man. But come on, man.
All right, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? I hit your screen in just a minute. Let me just talk about this. But first, go ahead and stop the time. First off, thank you. My man just spent a whole lot of time telling you about shit that he don't understand about science. Now I can answer all those questions about science, and I will answer those in the rebuttal round. That's why I keep saving this for the rebuttal. But just because he came up with something that you don't know, doesn't mean there's a God. He keeps falling into the God of the gaps fallacy, just like Job fell into the God of the gaps fallacy. I don't know where rain comes from, thus God. Okay, put that to the side. Now I want to show you the benefits of atheism. That's what I'm here to do this third round. All I want to talk about is the benefits of atheism, okay? Okay, so what I decided I would do was I decided that I would put the biggest, wait, where's my fucking screen? Hold on, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, all right. I decided what I would do is put the biggest fucking the most theist states where they believe in God the most versus the most atheist states, because we're talking about our community, African American community. So I want to talk about these things, the actual effects of theism versus atheism, specifically against Black people, right? Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about our community. All right. So let me share this screen real quick. Oop, oop. All right. Wait. Let me move this around. Oh, God damn it. This is bothering me. Let me pull this back down. And it's okay. I don't need the time. It's okay. You ain't got to stop my time. You good. All right. Boom. Let me share the screen. Let me share this window. And then I'm gonna pull this back up. All right. Boom. That's there. All right. Boom. There it is right there. All right. So what I did was I took the two most theist states, which are Alabama and Mississippi, and I compared them against the two most atheist states where they believe in God the least, New Hampshire and Massachusetts. I compared them on the exact same things: education, poverty, crime, divorce, well-being, happiness, health, Black population, and COVID rate. Right? Okay. All right. What I found out was that where they believe in God the most, so if you believe that this God actually does something for you, versus where they believe in God the least, in the two most theist states, Alabama and Mississippi, they are 45th and 46th in education, 7th and 1st in poverty, 7th and 8th in crime, 10th and 10th, they tied for 10th in divorce rates, 38th and 47th in well-being, 43rd and 46th in happiness, 46th and 50th in health. But here's the most important part: they are 5th and 1st in Black population. So what this says is that these things are affecting Black people the most, and actually 7th and 5th in COVID death rates. Okay, I took the place where they have the least amount of God, where there is no, of all the places where there's the least amount of God. These are all Pew Research. I'm going to show you these Pew Research in just a second. I took the place where they have the least amount of God. I compared them the same way: education, 2nd and 9th, poverty, 43rd and 50th, crime, 49th and 47th, divorce, 23rd and 40th, well-being, 7th and 11th, happiness, 21st and 13th, health, 9th and 2nd, Black population, 44th and 24th. Now, I give you the 44th. There's not a lot of Black people in New Hampshire, but 24th is right at the medium, right? COVID death rate, 49th. Okay, all right. Let's talk about this. Here's the thing. I don't care. My brother keeps trying to convince me that there is a God. I could care less if there is a God. My question is, what can I do with the God? What can I do with the hypothesis? If there is a God, who cares if there is a God? What can I do with the God? When I put the God hypothesis into lives in mass proportion, people have worse lives. They don't learn as much. They're not as healthy. They're not as happy. They aren't as rich. Their lives are worse. If this God wants you to be the head and not the tail, then why is it that when people believe in this God, they're the tail and not the head? My brother cannot explain that. You got to explain to me why, where they believe in the most God, Black people and white people, but it happens to be a lot of Black people there. When they believe in the most God, when they believe in this, they go to church more, they pray more, they fast more, they believe more, their lives are worse. You got to explain that to me. You can't. And the reason you can't explain that to me is because the presupposition of a God does not help in real life. Now, I will tell you, what would move the needle in Mississippi and Alabama is better education. Because I can totally prove that the better educated people are, the better they succeed in life. I can use the same studies. If I just took the God part out and just focused on education, where there's better education, there's better quality of life. But my man spent a whole month trying to find things that science couldn't answer. The crazy part about this is I'm waiting for the rebuttal round because that ain't what I'm here to do. But I'm going to show you all them questions he brought up. There are answers to perfectly working models. Also, because he lives in the God of the gaps, He's never offered a working model. Give me one working model with a God. I really could stop this round right now, but I won't, because I don't want him to think I gave up. Give me one working model with a God. Show me how life works with a God. Draw it out. Give me an equation for it so I can understand it. You can't do that. You know why? Because even by your own definition, God isn't a law. He just kind of makes things up as he will until we understand those things. It's like, oh no, well, he didn't make that, he made the smaller thing till we understand that. Then, oh, he didn't make that, he made the smaller thing till we understand that. Now, he talked a lot about Darwin. Again, this ain't even my rebuttal round. Darwin was a theist. The fact that you keep trying to put atheism versus science proves to me that you don't like science. I just showed you that all the shit that Michael Behe was saying was ruled in court not to be science. And you still chose Michael Behe. That's not science, Jeremiah. By court order, that is not science. You keep trying to find the things that natural processes don't explain. That has nothing to do with if there's a God. If there is a God, then the God designed the natural processes. If there is a God, then God designed the natural processes. You keep trying to fight against science. Science is not atheistic. Science makes no claim of if there is a God or not. Science just says this is what we see. The fact that you keep trying to put your God against science shows me that you have an aversion to science, because every time science gets something right, your God gets smaller. So you keep saying, oh, I don't know how that happened, so God. Baby, just click, how did this happen? Just Google, how did flagellum evolve? How did DNA evolve? What are the complexities of a cell? I promise you can find every answer to all that shit you just brought up. And yes, I curse. And I do not care if kids hear me curse, because kids are going to curse too. That has nothing to do with respect. That has to do with the way I speak. And I'm going to speak the way I want to speak. Has nothing to do with a moral, because at least I would never kill anybody. See, according to his morals, according to his moral guide, he's going to come back with a God and kill everybody and rape their wives. I would never do that. Handsome, I ain't on that. I don't want to kill you and rape your wife. Even if you don't believe what I believe, I still won't kill you and rape your wife. I'm okay with you not believing what I believe. See, benefits of atheism. I don't want to hurt you because you disagree with me. I don't want to put you in a fiery hell. Bro, you mean to tell me that something that I did temporarily on this earth in the 39 years that I've been here are worth an eternity? That don't even make sense. And you still never answered how God could be love, and love is not jealous, yet God, your God, is a jealous God. You never answered it. I'm going to put that. Okay. Again, this is all special pleading, all God of the gaps. But when I show you, hey, when people live by this, they live worse lives. When people do not live by this, they live better lives consensually. Theism is a dredge and a pain specifically on, because keep in mind, when I read the black population, I read that black population for Alabama, Mississippi, the two most black places in America. That means theism is affecting those two blackest places in America in the most ways, which shows me that black people suffer in education. They suffer in poverty. They suffer in healthcare. They suffer in happiness. But if you had such a great and wonderful and powerful God that y'all been praying to for forever, how come God ain't fixed that for you? If you want me to believe in God, just get God to fix that for you. Again, Frederick Douglass said, I prayed for 20 years. Then I started praying with my legs. Y'all go fix that for me. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Don't you do nothing. Ask your God to fix it for me. If your God can fix those things for me, then you won this debate. Without question. I'm not the kind of person who will argue against empirical evidence. You are. See, the empirical evidence definitely teaches us how the cell got to be so complex. The empirical evidence definitely teaches us that things of complexity happen over time when you have gene mutation and sexual selection. You spent a month to find questions that there were already answers to. Gorgeous, you could have just Googled the answers. The reason that you did not Google the answers is because for every answer, your God gets smaller. See, where I live, I don't have that as a problem. I can follow the answers wherever they may lead. You can't do that. You can't do that. Now, again, I told you in the next round, all that bullshit you just talked. First and foremost, the Michael Behe thing you just talked. I told you earlier, Michael Behe was ruled in court to be pseudoscience. So the fact that you brought up Michael Behe was irrelevant. Literally irrelevant. And I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you this, the whole case ruling. You can't teach this in school because it isn't science. I'm going to show it to you again. Every other question you brought up, I'm going to show you the answer for. Well, you can't explain where life came from. Yes, I can. It's called the RNA first hypothesis. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you how RNA produces DNA. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to talk to you about evolution. I'm going to talk to you about endogenous retroviruses and how they prove common ancestry. I got you, gorgeous. See, the difference between me and you is you just got to read what you looked up online to try to stomp me. I understand this. We're not the same. Talk to me nice. I'm not one of them. Yeah. When I get you off your script, you're fucked. And yeah, I said fucked. It's cool. I'm going to give you these 3 rounds because you said I wasn't going to come with 3 rounds of information. I could pull up some slides and shit. None of that's relevant. All I'm saying is I'm going to get you off your script. I'm going to fuck you up. Also, what I'm saying is this debate wasn't about if there is a God. I could care less if there is a God. I'm saying, what can I do with the God you present? Nothing. To the people in the audience, how far, if you believe in a God, ask your God, don't Google, ask your God how far the sun is from the earth. I want y'all to get in one room and pray about it and see what you tell me. When you finish doing that, ask your God for the unifying physics principle. Give me that's perfect. Ask your God for the unifying physics principle. Give me the equation and let us check it. If this proves to be right, then we know that your God is God. I will bow to your God without question, right? I won't ask, I won't argue, you'll be right. I will totally serve Yahweh. Ask your God for the unified equation and let us check it and make sure it's right. The moment that is right, then we know that you had to get that from a supernatural source. No one else gave that to you. Show me that, and then I will be a theist. I'm not here to argue why I'm an atheist. I'm here to show you that where there is atheism, life is better because people will trust the science. Even the COVID death rates are better because people will trust the science. Science has been out here winning, and y'all keep fighting against it. But if you can show me a way to even put your belief with science, okay. As long as you're not arguing what we can demonstrably prove. This man did a whole bunch of talk about evolution. Bro, evolution is a fact. That's a fact. And we're going to talk about ERVs in the next round because I'm sure y'all going to ask me about that. And I'm going to fuck you up with that. I ain't want to bring out. That wasn't my goal here. Y'all want to ask me about the beginning of the universe because you don't understand the Big Bang Theory. I'll explain that to you. But that has nothing to do with a God. The belief in God of gods is what keeps you from learning the Big Bang Theory. The belief in God of gods is what keeps you from learning Darwin's theory. You good? My bad. I'm out the way. I love that, as a matter of fact. Unmute yourself, bro. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I know I ain't gotta bring I know I gotta bring no more information. He already got bodied, man. And then look, he just ignored. He talking about they live longer. I just showed you. Hold up. You can't hear me.
We hear you, bro. We hear you, bro. We hear you.
You can't hear me?
We hear you. We hear you.
I'm turning the TV on. Hold on. Turn the TV down. Turn the TV down. All right, there we go. Yeah, man, this right here is over, man. Like I said, man, remember he promised to bring out scholars and all the folks that throw around. That never happened. Then he said, "Here, let me share my screen. Share my screen real quick. Hold up. I know I ain't got to share no more. It's a thrashing. Hold up. Stop my time, man. Stop my time. Okay. Now, let me get the screen. Can y'all see that? All right. Now, remember, he said here and lied. I just showed you studies prove on average life. Studies prove theists live an average life longer than atheists. I showed you that. I showed you. I guess he wasn't paying attention, bro. I showed you about them being suicide rate. Yeah, I showed you that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is really redundant right here, man. But I'm going to get into something else, man, because this is basically a teaching time for me. Now, everybody, how does reading the Bible affect your brain according to experts? Y'all paying attention to the screen? I know you is. All right. According to the study, your brain is reacting to and respond. Hold on, let me say something real quick. I want him, since he's trying to come against our God, show us where your atheist movement has done anything for our people. Oh, wait. It's not, according to you, it's not a movement. It's not a shared belief. It's not an organization. So how did we come on one accord? How is this better for our community? I want everybody to keep asking themselves that because he ain't proved that. Remember, the debate is atheism. Whether I'm, as a matter of fact, really, I'm gonna show a scientific evidence. It's about, man, even the 400-year prophecy. You see what I'm saying? You see, after 400 years, this place would suffer, economic troubles. You see what I'm saying? Our people will start getting, the scripture said we would leave up out of here with lots of money. We started to get more reparations and money, more than any time that we ever been on the face of this goddamn continent over here. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't even gonna get into that. I ain't even gonna show you how the Most High is plaguing this place right now. Here go our scientific experiment right now, when the Most High is telling us what he gonna do. Now you got the coronavirus. He putting a plague on. You see what I'm saying? And why is the government even talking about the 400 years and everybody else around the world? They respect what's going on over here in this book. They fear this. They don't fear these punk ass atheists. What I call a punk ass, and 4% of them is 4% black, and 96% of them love goddamn LGBTQ. He supported flamboyant Ricky Flair over here. They keep calling me handsome. This is what atheism do to your brain. Real men of Judah don't call another man handsome. We call him, what's up, my brother, Ak? Oh, what's up, King? But this is the difference between theism and atheism. All right, let's get back to it, man. I got a couple minutes left. According to the study, the brain is reacting and responding in numerous ways where you read the Bible. Dr. Michael Ferguson, now he can try to come at one of the people, but I've been naming them all through the goddamn debate. He ain't brung nothing. Dr. Michael Ferguson performed a study where the researchers scanned and studied the brains of religious individuals while they were practicing spiritual activities such as prayer and reading scripture. In this study, it is found that there were 3 regions of the brain that were more active during these times. Areas such as the frontal attention lobe, a medial prefrontal cortex, and the nucleus, I can't pronounce it, accumbens. All experienced significant increases of activity and responsiveness during religious activities. This is the important part. It was found that high amounts of dopamine were released through the body while reading the Bible. When dopamine is released, you are more likely to be focused, motivated, and happy. Hebrews 4:12, for the word of God alive and powerful, sharper than any double-edged sword. What's happening inside your brain when reading the Bible? Reading the Bible can affect neural pathways in the brain. These pathways are in charge of cognitive thinking and behavior. As you read, dopamine releases and affects the thoughts you have while reading the Bible. These factors contribute to changing your ideas and key beliefs. It encourages goal-oriented behaviors. As we stated above, reading the Bible affects neural pathways within your brain. One of these neural pathways in particular is called the mesonomic dopaminergic system, or MLDA. This system is known as the brain reward pathway. And the activation of this pathway comes through with a lot of benefits. Functional theories have credited MLDA with enforcing goal-oriented behavior. Like I said, man, reading the Bible, honoring your Most High Yah, and anybody that's a theist and it makes you a better person. Don't let these atheists tell you. It's only 16% of the United States tell you that this is not beneficial for you. With that being said, 7,000 years before. Shalom barakatah. 1.
Hey, Big Handsome, that was really good. And what's crazy is you didn't tell a single lie. So let's get into what you just said, though. I want to talk about that. Yes, you are right, because you mentioned some things about things being hardwired into the brain. So let's talk about the brain itself. That's a very good thing. I like when you do that. That makes me really happy. So let me pull my screen up. All right, so here, how religious practices actually affect the brain. One of the most recent studies by Dr. Newbers, and you mentioned him, shows that intense prayer, which is so much fundamental concept of surrendering oneself to God. And I told you, a surrendered person doesn't care if it makes sense, reduces the activity in the prefrontal cortex and frontal lobe, connected with it as well as the parietal lobes. And the frontal lobes are important for voluntary movement, expressive language. So you are reducing your actual mental prowess. That's a fact. Okay, all right, now wait. I'm gonna pull up one other thing. I'm gonna show you one other thing about, you're right, it does affect the brain. You were very, very true. Because it affects a part of your brain called the periaquatorial gray. This it says that the lesions in that brain area are the same lesions that help us understand fear, right? So basically, yes, we are hardwired to believe in a God. We are hardwired because we are afraid. I keep telling you that you're afraid. You're afraid of knowledge. You're afraid to not know. I'm okay with not knowing. My lack of fear of not knowing causes me to go understand. I'm okay with that. You keep hiding behind a God because you won't go look for the answers. When we get to the question and answer section, I saw a bunch of people talk about where did life come from, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to explain that. But listen, these are scientific studies that basically say, yes, you're right. You are very, very right. Of course, people put dopamine in their system because they're afraid of the actual outcome. Yeah, it produces more dopamine. This happens in your frontal lobe. In the same frontal lobe is the same place that you produce adrenaline. Dopamine and adrenaline happen in fear. It's what helps you run faster. This is called the second wind of a runner. Putting dopamine in something, literally the root word of it is dope. Listen, bro, I'm saying this to say that all that you just said was, I'm afraid of what I do not understand. Your whole argument the whole time has been about, I'm afraid of what I do not understand. I'm saying, let's just understand it. We don't have to be afraid of it. This is my whole premise. That atheism is better than theism because I do not have to be afraid of what I don't understand. I can just learn it. And the more I learn, the more power I have, because power is the ability to define phenomena and get it to behave in a desired manner. If I fear the phenomena because I don't understand it, then I will never be able to define it and get it to behave in a desired fashion. You asked me about famous black atheists, I showed you that. You asked me about how the brain is hardwired, I showed you that. You asked me about why the cells was complex, I showed you that. You know why? Because I did one more Google search than you. I am no smarter than you. And yes, I will call you handsome. I have no problem with calling a man handsome because that don't mean I want to fuck him. You can totally be handsome and smart. Totally. I don't have that rule. You're handsome. Handsome. Huh? That don't bother me because I understand reality. You, on the other hand, have to live behind. Oh, that's what me. No. Handsome. It's okay. We're talking about what's powerful. And I just showed you that between the states where they believe in the less God, unless you can show me where God made those people's lives in Alabama and Mississippi better, yes, okay. You lost. We're talking about what's powerful. And I just showed you that between the states where they believe in the less God, unless you can show me what God made.
All right, brother Sebastian. Yeah, thank you, brother. You might want to turn off some background noise. I kind of heard some background noise in the back of reverb and echo. Again, brothers and sisters, my goodness, that was a powerful end to our 3 15-minute rounds and our final rebuttal round, which composed 5 minutes each. We are listening to, you are tuning in to the Lions Den Debate League, the Lions Den Debate League with CEO and the People's Champ, JJ 7000 Jeremiah Judah, and his opponent, brother Sebastian Kole, on the topic, theism versus atheism. Theism versus atheism. And brother JJ is on the side of theism, and brother Kole is on the side of atheism. Now, brothers and sisters, we're about to approach, I think you guys said y'all wanted to do five questions apiece. We're approaching the question round.
Three questions.
Okay, well, good. 3, because I was going to say we need to do 3 to kind of shorten things up a little bit, because we want to open it up to the listeners, you know what I'm saying, to the audience and everybody in the chat. Greetings to everybody in the chat. Greetings to all of y'all. I've been checking out all the comments, and you guys are really into this debate, and I am too. So be sure to look for that the link to come on in and propose any questions or comments to our debaters tonight. I want everybody right now, at the sound of my voice, everybody to click like. Everybody click that like right now. Click that like button right now, brothers and sisters. And also click that subscribe button and notification bell. The subscribe button and notification bell right here at the Lions Den Debate League. This is yours truly, Brother Black Jesus Minister, co-hosting with Brother Kyle. Thank you, Brother Kyle. So again, Brother Kole, since JJ went first in the rebuttal rounds, we're going to let you pose your questions first, your 3 successive questions, and then JJ will follow that up with his 3 questions. Are you okay with that, dear brother?
I'm absolutely fine with that.
All right, we about to make it. We about to go, y'all. So, brother, go right ahead. And JJ, let me make sure you're here listening to this brother question. I don't see you. I don't know if you walked away. JJ, are you here, brother? Unmute your mic, JJ.
You here, bro?
JJ, you here?
Okay. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, brother. I want to make sure that you're here. So he's about to pose his questions to you. It'll be a total of 3 questions, and you'll have try not to go over 2 minutes to answer the question. All right?
I'll give you as much time as you need.
No. We're gonna keep it 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, I won't hold you against the time limit. Okay.
All right, brother. Okay, Kole, take it away, bro.
Okay. Here are my 2 questions. Give me your working model of the universe with God in it, and that working model of the universe must explain how endogenous retroviruses got in the places that they got. I'm done. Can y'all still hear me? Y'all hear me?
Okay. So say that one more time.
Okay.
Endogenous endogenous retroviruses. You would like me to tell you how they came into existence.
Yes, how they
using
came
my
into
Most High.
Yes, using the Most High.
That's the thing right here, bro.
Wait. Hear the whole question. It's two pieces. Listen.
Well, can I? Let me ask first. Let me do one piece. Okay.
No, it's a two-part question. I only have one question. It's just got two parts. So hear the whole question. Again. Okay. Give me your working model of the universe with God in it, right? And show me the mechanism, a working model now. So you got to show me the mechanisms by which God did the thing.
Okay.
And then explain to me how endogenous retroviruses work in that model.
Could you tell the audience what endogenous retroviruses are?
No, you tell them.
Because guess what? This is what it is. Now, I'm just now looking into science. I can't tell you everything about science right now. I'm learning. So
hold on, JJ.
No. Let me get him. So what I'm gonna say is, science can't answer every question. I just pointed that out.
Can't answer this one,
bro.
You gotta answer it with God,
bro. No. Because I never heard a question like this before. Retrovirus. You want me to explain how the Most High created retroviruses, or how retroviruses react, how they work in the universe?
Yes, how they work in the universe. Yes.
And using the Most High God.
Using the Most High God. Yes.
I can't answer that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know everything about science. I could pull up something right now, and then you can't answer it. So we playing that game. But I thought you were gonna ask me something where the people can understand.
No, the people can't understand this.
Okay, what's
okay, brother. His response is that he has no answer.
Okay,
go to your next question, brother.
But no, I want him, since I don't have no answer. Go ahead.
Hold on, JJ. Let him go to his next question, bro.
Yeah, you ask me your question. Go ahead. Ask
no. We're going 3 successive questions, brother.
No, I only had 2.
Okay, well, ask one more.
Give me a working model of the universe. I'll take that. Just give me a working model of the universe with your God in it. I'll take that.
Okay. My God
give me the mechanisms by which he did the thing.
Shut up?
Yes. Okay, so that's my last question. A working model of the universe. I asked about retroviruses. You couldn't answer that. I'll leave that alone. And give me a mechanism by which he did the things. So those are my 3 questions.
All right, now listen to everybody. He's a professional question asker. He want to ask a big ass question, but you didn't bring nothing out through the whole goddamn debate, bro. All right, now because I can't answer this retro. The damn 90% of the people listening can't answer that. You ain't even went into detail what the hell you talking about. Because here's my answer to that. Like I said, there's things out there that science can't answer. So I don't know about a retrovirus. Even though some of the stuff I was reading, I studied up on it. I didn't study up on retroviruses. So that ain't gonna make you win a debate because I didn't answer the question. So go ahead.
That's true.
JJ, he completed his 3 questions, bro. So go right ahead. Your 3 questions now.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and tell us how you felt in this debate. You proved, without using the Bible as a comparison, how you proved the atheism is best for our people.
Well, okay. That's a very good question. First off, I want to tell you that just because you couldn't answer that question does not mean that theism isn't better for you. I want to make sure I say that, okay? I just wanted to see how you thought the universe worked. I want to make sure, okay? But the reason that I feel like I proved that, is that your only question?
We're doing one at a time, bro. Go ahead.
Oh, one at a time, okay. Because I'm going to go back to the same questions. I need you to answer those, okay? But I'm going to answer this.
Okay, you want me to look at retroviruses? Okay, let me look.
Yes, and I want you to prove how your God made them. Yes,
I'm not a biochemist. I'm not a biochemist. See what you're doing,
that's okay.
bro.
Okay,
brothers. Okay, hey, brothers. Hold on, guys. Listen, this is not a dialogue. JJ,
I'm going to answer this question.
Hold on, guys. Please listen.
Okay.
JJ is going to ask one question. He's going to mute his mic, and you answer the question. Repeat your question, JJ, and JJ mute your mic. Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe I should have asked one question at a time. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I want you.
Here go my question, because you already did 3, right?
No. I thought I was supposed to ask. Let me ask you one question. I'll start with one.
Hold on, brother Kole.
Brother
Cole. Hold on, brother Cole.
Okay.
Put the yak down, man.
Okay, hold on, brother Cole.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's
At
fine.
least today I'm gonna wait to after.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. For the most part, you asked your 3 questions, and JJ didn't have an answer for your 3 questions because they were kind of
3.
Yeah, when he said 2 or 3,
Give me a
so it was
working
kind of
model of the
conflated
universe.
there. It was kind of conflated, but we need
The
to move
working
on
model
now.
of the universe.
JJ,
Yes.
hold on, brother. Okay, JJ, ask your question, your first question again. Mute your mic, and Sebastian, you got 2 minutes to answer. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
Prove to me tell me how you feel that you proved that atheism is best for the Black community.
Absolutely. Okay. I proved that by removing the presupposition of God, we can actually ask the questions. We can find out where life comes from. We can find out where the universe comes from. If I don't have to bow to a God, I don't have to be afraid of the information. Right. Even if I don't have the answer now, I never have to be afraid of the question. That's how I prove the atheism. Now, the crazy part is most of us could care less where the universe comes from, right? Y'all are not astrophysicists. You're not in the astrophysicist field. If you would like to take this intelligent design to astrophysicists and see if it works, you're going to lose. That's not going to, you don't have a working model of the universe, which is why I asked you to give me a working model of the universe with God in it, right? So I'm saying I proved that by removing that presupposition, I can go and find the actual answers. And finding the actual answers is better than saying I don't know. That's how I proved it. Go.
Okay. So are you telling me that there are no scientists, biologists, biochemists that are theists?
Absolutely not.
Because this is the picture that you paint. Okay.
No. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
Well, this
okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. I am taking out the induction of God, yes, because we can learn more.
Yes.
That's the insulting to sit up there and say, because hold on.
Okay, JJ, listen, brother.
Okay,
yeah. Just make a question. Ask him a question.
That was it. That was my question.
Okay, repeat your question. Hold on, repeat your question and let him answer.
Are you saying that only atheists are intelligent people?
Is that the question?
Because you make.
Wait, is that the question?
I forgot the last one was 5 minutes ago. It's been a long debate, bro. What did I just ask you?
But you're asking, am I saying that atheists are only intelligent people? Is that your question?
That's what you making.
Well, okay. Let me just try to rephrase, because he said what he said, Sebastian Cole. Are scientists only atheists? That's basically what he's.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. Okay, let me answer this for you. There are tons of scientists who are theists. As a matter of fact, Darwin, who you brought up as a like anti-theist, was a theist. You harped on his theory as if he was an atheist. Darwin had a master's in divinity. So did George Lemaitre, who gave us the Big Bang Theory. These were theists who put that presupposition aside to find out about the universe. I'm by no means saying that scientists are atheists, not by any means. I'm saying that if we put the presupposition aside, we can learn how the universe works. And that's why putting that presupposition aside is better for us than placing the presupposition where you place it.
That's can we do an interaction back and forth? Because that's just subjection. That's just you and your opinion. And because Sebastian.
Okay, hold on, JJ, hold on. We're not debating anymore. Go ahead and ask your third question.
All right, the third question is, do more of your community by the numbers support the LGBTQ movement? When I say that, no, I ain't gonna use that. I won't use that. The last question is, atheism, I ain't even really got no more questions for the brother, man.
Okay.
I
All
didn't
right. Let's get to the back and forth. Go ahead and do your thing. Go ahead.
No, brothers. Hold on, guys. Hold on, brothers. Hold on.
The people on the
hey, guys, listen up. Yeah. We had everybody. We had 3 15-minute rounds, and everybody used their 15 minutes.
Hold on. Let me get my third question before you say I tapped out. Hell no.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, bro.
Hell no. Are the majority of atheists Europeans?
That's a very good question. I'm going to answer that question by I'm going to make a speculation here. I'm going to speculate and say yes.
Say yes.
I do not know this answer, so I'm going to speculate and say yes.
Okay. I got the
All right, brothers and sisters. We heard it from both of our brothers this question round right here, theist versus atheism. Which is best for our people? JJ 7000 representing theism and brother Sebastian Kole, atheism. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, brother Kyle, you still on here, Kyle? All right, I guess he's not. So I believe that concludes the interaction between our debaters, and we're about to open it up for questions. Am I correct about that? Yeah, Kyle. Yeah, so okay, so do you concur, brother, that we've completed now and we're about to open this up to the audience? All right. And I don't know who has, maybe it's Karima. Karima, if you could take the link and put that in the chat, maybe somebody might want to come on the live stream and would like to post their question or their comment. And those of you who are in the chat and don't want to come on the live stream, if you have any questions, myself and Kyle will look for your question and read your question live right here on the air. Make sure you let us know who you're posing the question or the comment to. And so let's go. Kareem, are you still on here?
Blake Jesus, can I just say one thing?
Yeah, go right ahead, bro.
I asked him to give me a working model of the universe with God in it, and how endogenous retroviruses fit into that working model of the universe.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let that go. He never I answered all of his questions, even if I did not know the answer.
Okay.
Right. And I even gave him a speculative answer. I think that most atheists are Europeans. Okay, so I would like him to give me a speculative answer. I'll take that. Give me a speculative working model of the universe and put endogenous retroviruses in that perspective working model.
Okay, hold on, JJ. Okay, what I'm going to do, brother Kole. Hold on, guys. Hold on. So, Kole, I'm gonna let you pose one question to JJ. One question. So pick which one you want. And pose your question.
3 questions. I asked him all 3.
I don't know.
Okay, hold on, brother. Okay, hold on.
Because he tried because he got beat up all through the game.
Hold on for a second. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Stop that, Jeremiah.
Okay, hold on. Okay, JJ, hold on, guys.
He's trying to turn it into a circus.
So JJ, so that he won't think that anything is amiss, are you okay with him asking at least 2 more questions and reposing his question?
No. I'm gonna answer the one. Ain't no 2 more.
Okay, give me one. Give me one working model of the universe with God in it.
The working model of the universe with God is that everything is set. The Most High has everything in order. The seasons is in order.
This is not a working model.
No, this is not working model.
Don't interrupt, bro.
Yeah, shut your mouth. Shut your flamboyant mouth.
Let's go.
You calling me?
Hey, JJ, let's be respectful. JJ. I don't think the brother made it in the harm by that, bro.
Don't call no man honey.
Come on, brother. Let's move it. Let's move, bro. Come on. He didn't mean no harm.
I called you handsome, not honey.
Let's go, brother.
Oh, man. Now, the working model, I can't answer his science questions, but I'm going to give you my explanation of the working model. My explanation, what I read, and how the Most High has everything in order. The seasons, the days, the time, the months, the harvest. This is the working model of the Most High. There's a time for everything. A place is in order. Everything.
The universe Jeremiah.
He controls the universe. He maintains the universe. What you talking about, bro? Let me find some scriptures that
By what mechanism?
By his power.
That's not a mechanism.
How many questions you got?
It's the same question. You won't answer it.
Explain to me about your retroactive viruses. What do you call them again?
JJ, hold on, guys. Hey, I'm talking. I'm the moderator. When y'all hear me talking, everybody quiet. So we're done. All right, no more questions. We're now going to the audience. So guys, brothers, get your mind ready because you got some questions coming. And I think Brother King Seth is on the line. He's on the line.
Hey, I got some questions, BJM.
Okay, go right ahead, brother.
Yeah, I ain't trying to interject, but I got to get on, man. Me and the family about to take a little. Hey, hold on, homie. Hey, hold on, homie. Hold on, homie. Let me rock.
Hold on, man.
Let me rock.
Kyle, that's
Let
the
me
champ.
rock, bro. I've been quiet this whole time.
Show some respect, bro.
I've done more debates
hold on,
than
shit.
you,
He ain't did numbers talk, bro.
Family, I'm sure I've done more debates than you. I know the decorum on here. Calm down. Moderator, can we get some order? This shit's out of line.
Okay, guys, excuse me. I'm the primary host tonight. Hold on, Kyle. I think the brother heard you, and I think he understands where you're coming from. Right, so now I'm gonna let the brother speak, and then if I think his question or his comment is out of line, then what I'll do, I'll tell the person he's posting the question or the comment to that they don't have to answer that. Okay? Go ahead, brother. No, Kyle, I got it, Kyle. I got it, brother.
That's fair.
Go ahead, bro. I got that, brother.
You got scared before you opened his mouth.
No, let him ask.
Hey, y'all, I'm on a time crunch. Man. I gotta go. I'm trying to just support the den and this great debate. Let's not put the damper on.
He is the champion of the Lions Den. Give him respect.
Give him his deference. I like that.
What you mean you don't care,
Let him ask the question, Kyle. Let him ask it.
All right, so
hold on,
Hey, JJ, hold on, JJ. I got my notes.
Disrespecting, bro. We do care over here, the champ, bro. Don't play that with us, man.
It's all good. Let him not care. You know how I rock, JJ. If anything and shit, bro, I'm gonna probably oblige him with a debate so that he learns respect. Respect is earned. So I allow niggas to see how I rock. But anyway, man, I got a list with questions and with points. So I'm gonna judge this fairly. Ain't nobody about to preach shit. So some of the good points that were made is one thing I'm gonna speak on. What I will say is this was a good debate, but in the third round, things tailed off.
No, Kyle.
Hold on. Hey, this is his house, bro. Don't do that. Kyle, you want the road, bro. No, he can come on here,
hey,
man.
We gonna throw you off our shit.
Karima, I need you to remove Kyle.
Get this nigga off.
Everybody quiet. Hey, everybody quiet.
You gotta go, man.
You out, nigga. You out.
How you gonna disrespect the champion of the league over here, bro?
Because we already scared of what people gotta say.
Okay, now hold on, brother Aaron. Hold on, Aaron. Hold on, brother.
All right.
So I said, Kyle, if you're still listening, that the listening audience and anybody who wants to come on the live stream can ask questions and make comments, bro. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, again, so if I think the question or the comment is out of place, I will say and decide that that they don't have to answer that question or reply to that comment. So, brother Aaron, go ahead.
But boy, wait. Can I
appreciate that.
No, brother. Hold on. Just hold on, brother.
So I'm gonna reiterate that I'm on a time crunch, and I just hope people respect that. Whenever we sit on the panel, not only do we ask questions, we give our input, and it adds on to the show. And everybody on this panel knows that. I think homie's foreign, but concerning the presentation, I believe things tailed off in the third round with more of opinion than facts. So this topic was atheism versus theism. So with all due respect, brother Sebastian, I believe you are a great orator, and I believe that masks your debate skills. And that's not a shot at you. That's just an observation. Brother JJ, my Ak, I can tell this was your first time using slides and presentations, Ak. The information,
Let him speak. Let him speak, Mark. None of this bothers me. None of this bothers me or him. Just let him speak. Let him speak.
Kyle, you're Kyle, brother, please, man.
Let him
Man,
speak.
he out
None
of
of this bothers
pocket,
me.
man.
Okay,
This is
go ahead.
crazy.
Now, Aaron, I want you to go ahead and
man. You know what, man? Hold on, man. Look. This is my shit, right? This is my shit. I don't come on you motherfuckers shit and do this, bro. Don't come over here doing this shit, man.